According to the 2020 EDUCAL's Horizon Report, the current emerging trends in education are social, including well-being and mental health, demographic changes, equity, and fair practices; technological, including artificial intelligence, technology applications, next-generation digital learning environment, analytics and privacy questions; economic, higher education, and political. Today, let's talk about the technological trend of next generation digital learning environments. The next generation digital learning environment concept is the compilation of all resources into a central location. This includes all tools for learning and interactivity for the scholars, all reporting and management features for the teacher, and all analytical and security features necessary for a successful 21st century experience. While in theory, this sounds like an excellent step towards a global 21st century learning experience, the downsides seem to outweigh the benefits. The benefits include that it functions as a confederation of IT systems and application components that adhere to common standards, both technical and otherwise. Personalization is the most important factor shaping the user experience and is integral to the NGDLE as it provides adaptive learning using powerful tools to meet the needs of diverse students. All applications, learning services, management, and reporting resources are in one central location. Collaborative learning is fundamentally built into the design, providing the opportunity for learners to network with not only peers in the classroom, but through interinstitutional collaborations and other learning communities to augment their learning to a particular course. While the benefits are great, the challenges are a little too much for some schools and districts. First, although school districts and schools often have purchased curricula that comes with online tools and resources, not all teachers in a single school use the exact same resources, and the same tools may not be utilized for every single topic and content area. The trend of the next generation digital learning environments with this in mind means that the environment itself will not be concise, but rather overwhelmingly vast. Too many options can lead to burnout and a refusal to utilize the resources. Additionally, there is not always a consensus between teachers regarding the resources that are used. This Lego brick format of piecing together resources and tools means that each classroom will experience a different learning experience, which fundamentally undermines the concept of the next generation digital learning environment. As the experience and knowledge of educators today is varied in regards to technological advances, there will need to be an extensive support and professional development system for every resource chosen to be integrated into the environment. This is not a logical nor realistic possibility for schools today. Additionally, in order for this trend to work, it is fundamental for all technologies involved to communicate with one another, which may not always be possible. Computers in schools may be outdated and not able to run certain programs. The exported data from one resource may not necessarily import into another nor properly correlate the data accurately. This means that there will be likely manual manipulation of data necessary on the part of the teacher. With a high level of integration of resources and tools, there is an inherent need for technological support, but there is a perceived lack of control from a fully realized next-generation digital learning environment, with limitation on which tools can be plugged into a learning environment. IT specialists for each resource may not be immediately present or large enough for an entire school or district, which means that every stakeholder will need to have some level of training that is fully encompassing of all tools within each resource. This in and of itself is overwhelming and takes away from the learning meant to take place. Extensive education and support regarding the functionality and potential of each integrated resource will be necessary for all teachers, students, and all other stakeholders. So, while in theory, the trend of next generation digital learning environment seems like a great idea, it is not appropriate nor functional for every school, district, or classroom. Teachers today need to have more education for themselves regarding the available resources that work best for them and their scholars. There are far too many resources and far too varied levels of capability from teacher to teacher and student to student for this trend to be fully conceivable and able to work for every teacher and scholar today. While it is possible to begin building towards a trend of this nature, it is not something that can be easily achieved today. A shift towards the next generation digital learning environment concept will need to be an ever evolving process that has plenty of support from all stakeholders and inherently and seamlessly integrates the learners, both students and teachers, into the process.